cryptocurrencies can rescue the world.
I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, pushing this truth and sincerity. And to your sisters and to your ribs out there, learning silence and staying in order. Right, so this is Forbes. They got a magazine. And Forbes is about, watching what's going on with the money and economy and all that. This is where rich people think that, money could actually help them in that day. As you heard, this man said, this is how digital currency will save the world. Now, we know Biden just signed an executive order to digitize the U.S. dollar. And we know that that's all going to the Karagma, right? So here we have forums where people will actually look up to this company and telling you that how this is a good idea, right? That going digital is the way to go. They're trying to smooth you in, right? Because scriptures say that when a rich man speaks, they stole it to the clouds. But when a poor man speaks, they help to overthrow him. Right? Just listen to this.
Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to help navigate this turbulent world. You'd never know it from all the happy talk coming out of the Federal Reserve and other central banks, but inflation is a looming threat. Governments, including the U.S., are spending money on a scale not seen since World War II, and most of it is being financed by printing massive amounts of money, the prime formula for firing up inflation big time and boosting interest rates.
Now, we know Amalek is in control of all the banks. Pretty much the whole world is given onto the wicked. So Amalek is the one controlling the money. I don't care what you see on the news. I don't care what you see in China going on or what you see in, Ukraine or whatever it is on Russia. None of that matters, man. Because at the end of the day, the world was given to the hands of the wicked. So yeah, the Lord's gonna put the hooks on all these nations to move accordingly towards prophecy. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this money thing, and when it comes to the control of resources, Esau's got it hands down.
What can be done? Amazingly, the solution may come out of Latin America, which has chronically been a hotbed of debilitating inflation. A new kind of cryptocurrency may emerge that will eventually be used around the world. Take Argentina, the third largest economy there, and which has destroyed its currency countless times. The country today is in the grips of another terrible inflation, with prices rising at a rate of 50%.
And why is the inflation so high? Because Amalek likes to play with numbers. They'll move the interest rates up and down. They'll print money out. To crash the dollar to make people. It's a scheme, man. Esau's a damn devil, man. If he really had anything, if he was made to be an innocent and balanced person, he could have possibly put a lot of programs in to help people. But that's not his job, man. His job is to be the wicked, to be just this treacherous person that, will try to shake your hand with one hand, and with the other hand, he'll have a knife in his back, ready to stab you with. You know what I mean?
Year. For a long time, astute observers in Argentina and elsewhere have advocated that Argentina ditch its habitually abused peso and make the U.S. dollar its official currency. Several smaller Latin American nations, Ecuador, Panama, and El Salvador, have dollarized their economies. The politicians hate it, but the voters love it. Argentinian politicians would never dollarize for nationalistic reasons. But the fact is that the dollar is the unofficial currency for transactions in Argentina, as it is now in inflation-battered Venezuela. Now here we get the opportunity for one of history's biggest monetary revolutions, creating a cryptocurrency tied, in this case, to the dollar that can be easily used for everyday transactions and longer-term contracts, like mortgages, car payments, or bonds. Unfortunately, most crypto creators think success is a currency that can rapidly rise in price a la Bitcoin and others this past year.
And it's no wonder why they hired a bunch of IRS employees, right? Recently. And speaking of that, I actually gotten 2 letters from the IRS in the last few weeks. I'm gonna say 2 weeks. You know, and they're basically like revving up. They're trying to be the all-seeing money eye, where they're really trying to focus on what you're spending and how you're spending it. In this way, when they go digital, it's gonna be a no-brainer. It's gonna make their jobs easier. They won't need as many as employees. Everything's gonna be automatic, and you're gonna be assimilated into the system, man. Every aspect of transaction. So all you drug dealers and you rappers, they're gonna have to find another way, man, to make ends meet. Because what are you gonna rap about? How much digital currency you have? I mean, they'll shut you down, man. IRS will come at you. A lot of changes are gonna come, man. And I don't think that, the 2/3 of our people, man, are not ready for this transition, man. They're not.
These cryptos are mostly speculative toys, or a way to transfer money quickly while avoiding the prying eyes of government. But the crisis may well get crypto entrepreneurs in Argentina and elsewhere to manufacture a digital currency to truly replace government-made money. And if the US dollar itself seriously falters and inflation takes off, which could well happen, the same entrepreneurial spirit may finally give people a usable alternative to the dollar, which would be anchored to, say, gold or the Swiss franc. Washington will fiercely fight back, including creating its own digital dollar. But given what passes for economic wisdom these days, this high-tech version of the dollar by Uncle Sam will be no better than the paper.
Hey, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai is cold, man, because he just had Ham find all that gold, man, that's been there for a long time, man, and they didn't find it. They didn't find it until now. The Lord had it to where they found it right now, man, around this time, man, and all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden now Esau got to feel like he got the pressure on his neck, so he got the knee on his neck, so he's trying to move quicker, bro. He's trying to move everybody away from that gold standard, man, making this, that whole gold in Africa should have been, news for the whole year, right? We heard about it for like a week, maybe, not in major news, obviously, right? Because Amalek does not like that. Because Ham just moved up on the ranks as far as financial power goes in the eyes of the people, right? At the end of the day, Amalek holds the power, but you see how everything's moving around us. If you really want to keep an eye on Esau, man, just follow the money. That's where his moves are. The sword and the money.
It looks like cryptocurrencies may indeed be kryptonite for government currencies. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.
Right? So we watching. We're watching Esau. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things Yahweh knoweth no man, but the spirit of Yahweh. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahweh, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh. Now we have, so like at 13, which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Ghost teaches, comparing spiritual things with with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Right? Because the spiritual are going to see all these moves, man. And while the carnal is going to see it on the surface and not be hip to what's going to happen, man. These visions and these prophecies are unraveling, and the Lord's using his men to, teach us, how to properly break these down through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And I thank Yahweh for that, man, because we're seeing it. We are in the prophetic time, the year of the turn up, right? And a lot of people in that time, when the shit hits the fan, right? People are gonna be glad to move over into this digital thing and make it a trend. And our people are wise to do evil, so they're gonna find a way where they're gonna make themselves look important with this digital thing. There's gonna be all different kinds of Jake trying to find a way to make $1, and Esau is not gonna allow it. He's gonna eventually shut down the internet, right? Making you more and more in need of his system, right? It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, right? Because, especially the 2/3 in the South, man, I've been down there. They have sedans lifted up like 8 inches off the ground with like 26-inch wheels, man. It looks like a chariot from back in the 40s or the 20s. It's funny as hell, man, but our people are materialistic. We're the biggest consumers. And, Esau knows that. So you're not going to make anything in that time because Esau already got you mapped out. You're a social experiment, especially with these Yeezys looking like a homeless man and charging you $600 for a pair of sneakers and $1,200 for a pair of pants. You're simple, man. You failed the economic Esau test, right? In their eyes. You are the product, right? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.